Hey coaches, Coach KW here, and today's a little bit different video. Hopefully you caught my first of three on playing out of the back 9v9. I got some interesting comments both in the comment section and online and some other platforms, and I felt like it was important for me to come here and perhaps remind folks my philosophy behind this channel and coaching, frankly, when it comes to youth players here, especially non-elite town-based players who are playing a little bit maybe beyond recreational. Like we have town travel here in my state and the states around here. So basically teams are organized and there's a regional league and we play against towns that are next to each other and they're fairly competitive. Some teams could easily beat some of the lower end club teams that might be around since they seem to take anybody for an exorbitant amount of money. But that's the sort of environment we're in. And, the comment that, I get a couple comments about like, you seem like you spend a lot of time on tactics instead of just working on your kids' basic skills. And this channel really is more focused on the coaches to help parent coaches and coaches who want to learn more about the game itself to get a better, deeper insight. And sometimes I forget to mention that for sure on these videos. But the point being is that if you've not experienced the game at a high enough level, watched it, seen it coached at a high enough level, understand that you're coming to this as a volunteer coach, there's a lot to learn about soccer. And it's not just drills and skills all the time. It's getting an understanding of the whys and the hows. And so tactics do come into play for the adults in the room because it helps you kind of just give you a North Star as to, okay, I have a million of these drills that I can find on the internet to do with my kids. I get these plans from my state or my town or my county that gives me my plan for the week, for the month, for the year, but not having any context about why they're doing some of the things that are in there and following those blindly can be really, it's a disservice in some regards. As I've said before, and I'll say before, both in written and in verbal here on the thing, is like the game doesn't teach itself if the kids themselves don't have any background or general knowledge about the game. And so I say all the time, it's a lived example. Take any group of 10 to 12-year-olds and stick them on the field with American football, and instantly there's a bunch of them that know how to start the game, how to restart when the ball goes out of bounds, how to restart after a thing, what fouls and penalties there are. Plays. You see 10 and 12-year-olds who have never played organized American football running screens and slants. How is that possible? It's because they watch it on TV with somebody at home that actually knows the game and can explain it to them and they can relate to it. They watch their favorite NFL team or college team every Sunday, they can't help but learn the idioms of the game. The problem is most of the kids that come to us in recreational and town programs never watch the soccer games on TV, or if they do, not with anybody that's knowledgeable that helps them understand what's going on. So honestly, when we take a group of 6 or 7 or 8 or 9-year-olds who have never played the game and you put a soccer ball in front of them and say play, they don't even know how to kick off. Never mind if the ball goes out of bounds, what a throw-in is. We're still teaching throw-ins at U10 for lots of kids type of deal. And that's my point for this channel is trying to give coaches that information because I really believe strongly that the pendulum has swung many times, and right now it's gone too far into the kids just need to learn foot skills until U10, U12, U14, U15. They should never learn about the game itself and any tactics and everything else. And so many studies and learning have shown that if you don't marry the why with the what, it's not nearly as effective. It's like taking a woodworking course and learning how to use all the tools and then never getting to build anything because they don't teach you that part. Oh, no, we're just going to teach you how to use the saw and the drill. That's it. But you don't know what to do after that. Or conversely, when people talk about letting the game be the teacher, it's like giving you a chair and letting you sit on it in 5 minutes and then say, okay, build this. The chair didn't teach you how to make it. It just gave you a platform to sit on. I know that's a little bit hyperbole, but I'm hoping that you get my point. And that my channel really is trying to help folks marry those two things because I really do believe, yes, we spend a lot of our time on the technical deficiencies of our players, helping them learn how to do all those things because it takes years and years to gain any skill at that. But again, if they then don't know where and why to apply those things, it's like teaching them in a vacuum. They don't know why we're telling them to receive on the back foot or to pass in a certain way or to scan or to look or to turn or all those things if we never then show them this is where in the game, a game you don't have a understanding of from a high level of watching, they don't know how to connect those two without our help. And so that's why I do a lot of the things I do. In my practices, in this playing out of the back segment that you see and it's split over three things, that was 20 minutes of a 90-minute practice, and we do 90 minutes twice a week here. It was a review. Was the technical components of what my kids were doing that day good? It was not. They were having a terrible day. But again, the purpose of this channel is also to show warts and all what it looks like that most of us deal with when we go to our practices for recreational slash town soccer. It's a completely different world when I coach club and high school at a higher level. I the players come to me with far more knowledge. Almost every player shows up. They know the idioms of the games. They watch it with a brother, a father, a mother, an uncle, an aunt, a sister who knows the games. They understand who the teams are and why they play certain ways. That knowledge kind of shows up automatically for free. And so I can work on just technical things and then say, go play. And all of a sudden they're playing out of the back. They're playing 1-2s. They're doing all these things where perhaps I haven't even taught them that because they've come from a background where they absorbed it naturally. So I hope this refocuses people's opinions and what goes on there. Anytime you put something on the internet, you're opening yourself up for comment. And I'm totally fine with that, right? Because I'm totally fine with what it is that I do and how I do it and how I present it to you. But maybe it's been a while. Maybe it's been a couple years since I've really stated that. So I hope you'll look forward to parts 2 and part 3 of my video series of playing out of the back 9v9 and how we do it based on how many players the other team is pressing, because I think it's an interesting and unique way for coaches to think about then how they could teach it to their players. So hope you enjoy these videos as we go forward. I hope you bookmark this and maybe share it with somebody. And until next time, I hope to see you out in the fields real soon. Bye-bye.